Hello, Stacy here with Siouxland Magazine. And joining me tonight, I'm so excited to introduce, I have both Mickey and Lisa from the Sioux City Public School Foundation. Hello, ladies.
Hi
Hello.
there.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty excited to be with you today.
Good, yeah, and we have so much good stuff to share with our audience today. So we're going to just jump right in. But first, what I would like to do is just give a little background for all of our listeners so that they know who you guys are and why you are here with me today. And of course, why you do the work that you do with the Sioux City Public School Foundation. So let's start with Lisa. So Lisa, you are the Resource Development Director. Can you give us a little background? Tell us about yourself.
You bet. Stacy, most people don't realize that I am a Sioux City school student.
Yeah.
I went to school at Franklin Elementary and was a Franklin Fox, and am delighted to be back serving my alma mater. It's the community has changed a lot, even though I've been living outside of Sioux City. And this is a great opportunity for me to share my gifts and talents with kids who grew up, just around the neighborhood, just like myself. So thank you all for the opportunity to be back in the district.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm an MG Clark Cougar, so I'm I'm a Sioux City native too. So yeah, fun. All right. And Mickey, tell us about
Well, we're,
yourself. And
we're
you
act-
are, and just so everybody knows, Mickey is the director of operations with the Sioux City Public School Foundation. Yeah.
and we're currently sitting in MG Clark.
Oh, are you?
So how cool is that?
And it's changed obviously since the day when I started, and it was K through 6, and as I was graduating, I think they shifted to K through 5. So it was like this moment of, oh, we're so cool, we're going to the middle school, but so did the kids below us, and it was like, oh. And as things do, things continue to shift, and the school system is always looking at how they can better serve our students, and yeah, things evolve and change, but yeah, cool. So Mickey, tell us a little bit more about you, please.
I've been a long time school district volunteer. I've started my volunteering career here at Clark,
Mhm.
and I have two kids that are currently part of the school district, a very rambunctious 10-year-old in fourth grade, and a very smart and studious 13-year-old that goes to eighth grade. So I really invested in making sure that the school district is able to actually fulfill its mission to achieve, succeed, and believe in the kids' talents.
Mhm. Thank you. So for those who might not fully understand the depth of what the Sioux City Public School Foundation does, can you maybe, Lisa, could you tell us a little bit more about that so we can have a better foundational understanding?
You bet. Stacy, we all know that when we pay our tax dollars or when we are having our taxes taken out of our checks, that a portion of that money is coming to our schools to help prepare our children to become the future leaders of Iowa. What we don't realize, Stacy, is because our teachers are such sacrificial leaders, is that many of the needs that our students have today are not covered by those dollars.
Mm.
Innovative programs like STEM, some of the areas in the arts, and overcoming some of the equity challenges. And so the purpose of the foundation, which was established over 11 years ago, is to provide those additional resources that teachers and students need, that aren't coming out of our taxpayer pocketbooks, but
Mhm.
instead allow you and I to give back the first and best talents of our fruits to help prepare our future leaders. And
Mm.
so that's why the foundation was established, to help our students continue to grow and exceed. Because Iowa does lead the state, as you know, in
Mhm.
student achievement, and our students are going elsewhere, and we want to keep them here in Siouxland.
Yeah. So that, that just reminds me, I mean, not even reminds me, I mean, it's still a current thing. Like teachers, and you constantly hear about them, you know, just taking money out of their own pockets to buy extra supplies, and so many teachers serve with so much love, and like you said, they make those sacrifices for their students, and so it's really nice to have an organization that just helps to alleviate some of that stress, and get the needs met. So wonderful. So I'm guessing that things have really they've shifted a lot, I would guess, in the last 6 months. Not guess, I think we all know things have shifted a lot. Do we want to spend just a little bit of time talking about what has transitioned over the last several months?
So I think the school closures were hard on everyone. So for the foundation, we just took a period out to just reassess what we were all doing, keeping in mind that we knew that once school would resume, that the need for being able to meet whatever equitable resources needed to be provided to students would be actually bigger. So, and as a result, we created a caring closet with collaboration with KJ Photography, where she provided her storefront to be able to donate actual clothing goods that are actually then provided back out to students and their families through Bright Futures. And we actually have been able to serve students by providing them clothing as well as personal care items. We also have been very focused in being able to collaborate and assist the district with any PPE or technology needs that may have arose from some of the changes in the return to school plan. For example, we know that because of limited state funding, schools have gone underfunded for several years. We'll add to that need to become 100% able to provide resources and schooling in virtual mode. Well, that meant that the district had to actually make sure that they were able to provide a one-on-one technology device, which at that point, only the high schools and the middle schools and some of the elementaries actually had. So there was some curve there to overcome. So we've been able to work with partners like Stan Houston and Hy-Vee and CNOS and Kind World Foundation to be able to meet some of those needs.
Yeah. And so, I love always encouraging our community members, those of you listening out there, to take action and to plug in, right? That's part of the reason why we do these spotlights, so that we have a greater awareness, that we have a space that we come together and we learn and take action. And so with these conversations and with what we're just talking about now, like, I hope those of you listening out there, little seeds are being planted. Maybe you are a business like KJ Photography, where it's as easy as just saying, I'm going to open my doors to collect something. Now, KJ is in the Morningside area, and maybe that makes it challenging for somebody who's on the north side to drop off a donation. So maybe there's a business on the north side that would like to help out. So always I'm going obviously off on a little tangent here, but always just think about, how can you plug in, how can you serve, how can you help? Because at the end of the day, I think if every single person in our community does something, and it doesn't matter, where your passion lies or what organization you want to help out with, but if everybody just does a little bit of something, our community just continues to get better and better, and things shift. So anyway, I'm going to get focused back here again, because I love what you guys are doing. I love the fact that you've got these great partners that have come in and really helped you guys. But what are some of the needs currently now? What's the district needing?
Well, Stacy, one of the needs that exists today goes back prior to March 15th, when COVID hit, and the governor said, the school district was allocated dollars to pay for lunches for students. Many people do not realize that prior to March 15th, the district had about $100,000 in outstanding lunch accounts balance from students throughout the district. One of the things, Stacy, that all of us can easily think about doing and saying, well, if KJ did this, what can I do? The district and the foundation has been renowned for a program called 30 for 30. And Stacy, what I would like people to do is join me during the month of November and Thanksgiving in putting away $1 a day, $30, 30 days. Now,
Mhm.
see, that simple gift of $30, in which we all could easily put away 4 quarters, would allow us to be able to pay for a student to have had 9 lunches before COVID hit. It
Mhm.
would have offset 16 elementary students who had breakfast, for one day before COVID. We know that the needs are growing in the district. On average, 72% of the students are eligible for free and reduced lunches. And how many more students are just that $1 over? So if people would think, boy, how can I make a difference? Join us in November as we all say thanks and celebrate Thanksgiving. Put away $1 a day and join us for 30 for 30 in making a difference.
Mhm.
Other projects we'd also like to do, our project Lead the Way with our STEM has been exciting for high schoolers. We want to expand that through our robotics program with our elementary and first graders. You and
Lisa, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to sit with this 30 on 30 for just a second before we jump to the next one, because that one is, the thing I hear a lot of people is like, and I know times are tough for a lot of people, things are hard. But when you really break it down, that is one of the more accessible ones for people to do. When you think about it, and we hear this a lot. We hear the analogy of, well, give up a cup of coffee, right? You can do this if you give up your cup of coffee. And I'm thinking, as you're saying, $1 a day, I'm like, that's like 4 or 5 coffees. Or I mean, excuse me, one coffee is like 4 or 5 days of that $1 a day. Like coffee is so much more than that. Really, it's like giving up one pizza a month. It's something where you go, okay, tonight I'm going to order pizza, and then go, no, I'm not. That money, that moment where I would have had satisfaction for just a few moments of that pizza, instead, I am now recognizing that I mean, the amount of good that you can do with that one small sacrifice. And, when it comes to feeding kids, when it comes to hunger issues, when you think about it, I know, we hear that term. I get, what is it? I get, oh, why is it blinking? Uh, hangry. I get hangry. Right. Whoo, do I ever? And it doesn't even take much. It might not even be that I missed a meal that day. It's just I didn't have some sort of a snack, or I've just been running faster than how big my meals were. And to think that these children are like really hungry, like there's so many kids that just aren't getting sufficient amounts of food. And we know for a fact that really makes learning challenging, right? If you are hungry, I know when I am hungry, my focus is gone. I'm not going to be, doing well at anything I'm doing, let alone trying to learn something new that I don't know anything about, right? We have to meet their basic needs. We need to keep those tummies full so that they can learn. And that's it's so interesting, that ripple, it just changes so many things, right? If they're not hungry and their needs are met, then they're learning. If they're learning and they're staying engaged in school, they're staying out of trouble, they're becoming a better member of this society. Like it just goes on and on, all because I didn't eat one pizza this month, right? So it's just something we can all do.
Yes. How many teachers do you know that do literacy circles in the morning? Because when kids come to school with a full breakfast tummy and they're ready
Mhm.
and engaged to learn, they're able to learn and to be able to read and are more successful. We
Mhm.
had a friend in Lamar's, and I helped with the backpack program and worked for many years as a fundraiser in Lamar's for Galen Catholic School. And we had a young man that the teachers always said on Monday, why was he not attentive? Why was he not engaged? And in the afternoon, he was so much sharper. And it's because that little boy, the last meal he had was Friday noon at lunch. The next meal, it was Monday noon. He
Mm.
was attentive, he wasn't engaged, he was causing problems, all of those things.
He was
Stacey,
starving. He
he's
was
starving.
starving.
A bottle of pop runs me $1.89 with my nickel deposit and taxes.
Mhm.
You to give up a half a bottle of pop, 8 ounces of pop.
Yeah.
Did you do
Yeah.
that for $1 for a child
Mhm.
who tomorrow could be taking care of you and I at the hospital? who could be responding to a police call, who could
Yeah.
be teaching our students. $1 a day.
Yeah. Thank you,
Let me
Lisa.
add,
So I didn't mean to interrupt you. Oh, go ahead, Mickey.
let me add to that that our teachers and even students realize this about their peers. So they've been energized to create food pantries. There's a food pantry
Mhm.
created at North and at West, students led by teachers to help one another. So I
Mhm.
mean, that's one of the things we're really grateful that the Siouxland Recovery was able to provide funds to feed these two food pantries that are teacher led but student manned. And it's just another way where everybody's trying to pitch in to help everybody just get what they need so that they can all be successful.
Mhm. Oh, I love that the students are participating. Yeah.
And Stacy, we're all so busy. So let the kids do the hard work, the legwork, and delivering food out of the pantry. And
Yeah.
you and I can do a simple thing and putting away $1 a day to
Yeah.
help set those lunches.
And they're learning the lesson of how wonderful it feels to serve too. So we're actually, I mean, what a great opportunity that we're putting in front of them. I love it. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Lisa, but go on. So the next great thing.
So Stacy, now that we've got kids fed and ready to learn, one of the neat things we've been doing with the high school level is Project Lead the Way. And so now we want to introduce that program at the elementary level and in the first grade through some of our neat robotics programs.
Ooh.
Steve, you and I know, and we had it given the kind of a similar project where the kids were doing ramps and pathways. And you could watch a little preschooler create a pathway and run a car and balls and figure out how to make all of this work. It's critical thinking, it's problem solving, it's working in teamwork. It's working well at our high school, in our career academy, in our Project Lead the Way. Now we want to introduce that robotics program in the first graders to help build on those skills, to enhance their critical thinking, to enhance their math skills, their teamwork skills, and to build on what we've been doing in our preschool initiative and in our kindergarten program. So that's a next exciting project that we also want to do.
That's so cool because their kids are so, I mean, the younger they are, it seems like the more and more creative. I mean, they're so creative. Like we are born so creative, and then we tend to get a little, little that taken away from us as we grow. But oh, I love that that's going to that young, just that mind.
And I love tinkering. I love anything that's technology. Let me at it. And you know, one of the exciting things is being able to grow that pillar and the foundation's mission of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. And I like to talk about sometimes about STEAM, which includes the arts and culture. But we recently got a grant from the Inventors Hall of Fame for Camp Invention. So we'll be taking that opportunity to Morningside STEM, where there are 20 underserved students, meaning students who are in a Title I school and are actually free and reduced lunch, will get the opportunity to participate in this camp free of charge. And we will provide them every single material that they need. And they will be working on a little vet robot. So it's a little puppy that they'll get to take apart so that they know what every little piece is inside and how it works. And then they'll actually get to be a vet and take another pet that's functioning and then be able to diagnose certain symptoms. So
oh, wow.
That kind of opportunity is something that as we move forward, we're always going to be seeking sponsors so that we can take this to all of the different elementary schools so that they have the opportunity to experience those type of technology-based programs.
And Stacey,
that's so cool.
The careers of tomorrow that our first graders are going to be doing haven't been yet created. So let's give them the opportunities to create those jobs and those fields and to start understanding them today so that when they graduate from college or whether they graduate from Western Iowa Tech or wherever, that they have those hands-on skills, plus that ability to work with others to be able to solve the problems of the future.
Right.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Mickey was talking about STEAM, and those of you who know my husband know he's a band director, and arts are one of our great passions. Is
Yes.
another thing we want to work on, and I'm going to be visiting with our administration on Monday, is called the mariachi group. And what we want to do is provide students the opportunity to be exposed and to give them educational opportunities on various ethnicities as well as various types of music. And so it's going to be fun to be able to help all of us grow in our understanding of music. We also know that music impacts students in every area, from literacy to math and science. It's also going to be able to help students understand our global society and the cultures that people come from. And they're going to have music and lots of fun too. So that's an exciting endeavor that we're also wanting to work on. And the list continues to grow. And so we're very excited, from NASA programs to STEM Camp Innovations to mariachi. Good luck to our students this weekend, by the way, at Starfest, our marching bands, as well as meet the needs to make sure that our kids are not only nourished educationally, but make sure that their bodies are fed, as well as to give them opportunities to grow athletically and to have a healthy body too.
Yeah. Oh, it is so clear that you guys are doing so much good work. I love it. So any other ways that people can then plug in and help support your efforts?
There's so many ways. You know, we love to have a conversation and just really learn what everybody out there is interested in supporting. So always contact us to do that. We love to also be able to partner with other organizations to make sure that we are able to pay it forward, and they also serve some of our students as well.
And Stacy, we'd like to grow the Career Academy. As you know, we have everything from junior ROTC to construction to so many new trades and industries. We also want to be able to grow our talented and gifted program. We want to make sure that our English language learners are well prepared. It takes on average 7 years for an ELL student to be very fluent. And we want to make sure not only that our English language learners are fluent in English, but how can you and I be able to speak to all individuals? Because we serve over 40 different ethnicities and languages here in the district too. So helping everybody be able to grow in this global society.
And, as someone who's been there and done that, coming here as a 12-year and learning the language, and you're learning the culture and learning what school is like here in the US, there's so much opportunity to be able to bridge that gap of achievement by collaborating with us and working on whatever your passion is. We can cover it through the school district because we're doing it in some type of way.
And me and I understand, Stacy, the challenges that today's families meet. Most people don't realize that when I went to Franklin, my mom worked in the lunchroom because my folks were on the free and reduced lunch program. Mickey's a young lady who came to the United States, learned a new culture, a new language. I mean, the degrees on this woman are amazing. Her work that she's done in various businesses, and now she's giving back to the kids. So we are really humbled to be paying it forward. And we invite all of you to join us in paying it forward and helping the kids who are helping our future leaders be well prepared to lead our world in ways we could never imagine.
It really does take a village.
Yes.
That is really true.
Absolutely. Well, Lisa and Mickey, this has been wonderful. And so I'm going to encourage all of you out there, we've got their links on this post. So certainly connect, reach out, start a conversation, and get plugged in and show support in any way that you can. And, I love music. I love cultures. I love travel. Susie said mariachi music. I'm like, love this. So maybe I'm just planting, see, maybe sometime down the road when we have the ability to all be together and have more of events, maybe we need to bring all of that music to some sort of a fun event where we can go and do a little, maybe like a fun music fundraiser. I'm saying
Right.
that selfishly because I want to come and listen to music and dance and and then show my support.
And Stacy, I know you're a wonderful writer. I've been featured in your magazine before. So if there's anything we can do to provide some content and bring more awareness to all of the things that we're doing for our school district, we'd be happy to help.
I
And we've done
appreciate
things
that.
at the symphony in the past, showcasing our various arts. And so we didn't get to do it this year with COVID. We're hoping to bring back our artwork, the students, musicians. And yes, Stacy, we'll let you lead that first dance with the mariachi band.
All right,
How's that
perfect.
sound?
Awesome. Well, anything else you ladies would like to talk about before we wrap up this evening?
You know, I would be remiss if I didn't share that we have been very blessed to have a very nice gift from the Kind Roll Foundation. Marsha Wade and Cindy Wade have been very attentive in trying to help the school, the teachers. Marsha used to be a former teacher, make sure that the kids and the teachers have everything they need in this difficult year.
Mhm.
And thanks to everybody for their past support through the big give. And thanks to you, Stacy. We are very humbled.
Well, thanks to both of you, Lisa and Mickey, for just taking the time to be here tonight, to connect with this community and to share. That's really where it all starts, right? With the conversation. So appreciate you guys, appreciate all the work you're doing and that the foundation is doing, and to all of you out there who support the foundation. Thank you. So if you happen to be with a nonprofit or with an owner of a local small business and you would like to do one of these spotlights, just like Lisa and Mickey did, all you have to do is go to SiouxlandMagazine.com. My contact information is on the bottom of the page. Just reach out and I will get you scheduled. Would love to have you. And of course, don't forget to check out the magazine. Hard copies are in the beautiful bright blue magazine racks in the Hy-Vees and coffee shops, and continuously just spreading throughout Siouxland. So there's the hard copies, and then of course digital too for those of you that prefer it that way. Just SiouxlandMagazine.com. Check it out. And until next time, all of you remember to take time for self-care, spread love and kindness, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.